Podio, they created this challenge, Vikings versus Cabras Da Peste, which is the guys from me and two other guys from, actually 5 other guys from Scandinavia against 6 guys from the northeastern region of Brazil. So the fight with Braulio is really important, not only because of the fight in itself, but also because it's probably going to decide the challenge between the Vikings and the Cabras Da Peste. Braulio, it's going to be a pleasure to meet you on the mat, and I hope we're going to put on an exciting fight for the fans.
I've been offered to fight Tráns a year ago, and he's a guy that I always been looking up to. He's been doing great matches around against top guys like the Borges and all those guys, you know. And he's an upcomer, and I got to the stage that I've been a long time competing, you know, and then I was kind of wanting to have something to push myself to get back into the competition mode, and then nothing more, nothing less than take that fight to make me like to go back and train hard as I can. You know, it's like 20 kilograms that's a difference, and I'm really looking forward to step in and to come back to the match again. Hoje à noite, Vikings, pode esperar que os Cabras da Peste vão chegar com tudo. Gus.
Muy bien, desde Dinamarca entonces, por los vikingos, Alexander Tráns.
All right, representing the Vikings team, Alexander Tráns makes his way. The big man
stomps on the mat.
Yes.
And here we go.
The Vikings team leader.
As a Viking should.
Y desde Brasil, por las
Claiming
Cabras
his territory.
Da Peste, Braulio Estima.
His opponent, the leader of the Cabras da Peste, Braulio Estima. This is one of the biggest super fights in Jiu-Jitsu of the year. People have been looking forward to this all season. Once it was announced at the beginning of this season of Copa Podio, very excited to watch this. 2 men who have never competed against each other in the international circuit, finally doing battle here in the deciding match.
For all the marbles.
Braulio Estima in the white kimono, Alexander Tráns in the blue kimono.
And that's exactly where we anticipated Alexander Tráns to be. As you see on his BJJ Heroes profile, he favors the deep half guard, and he's backing it here today against which some might consider one of the best guard players, Braulio Estima.
Absolutely.
This match brought to you by none other than Scramble at scramblestuff.com.
And as you say, Tráns right in the position that he wants to be. Ooh. Deep half guard, Braulio stepping over. This is Tráns' position here. He latches onto the pant or belt around the foot from the back of the deep half guard here. Yep, he's going to try to motion to the back or get on top of Braulio.
Braulio looking for the leg of Alexander Tráns now. He's threatening the leg of the Viking.
If Braulio can get a submission,
this is a patented position for Braulio. But what a great transition to the back by Alexander Tráns. We're going to have to see some sort of magic here for the Cabras da Peste.
Braulio grimacing here, trying to escape the back position. Tráns holding on. Body triangle is locked. The much larger Tráns dominating.
Right. He is much of a bigger opponent, but he's doing a great job here tonight against the great Braulio Estima. And this could be a flawless back take. A lot of weight for Braulio to uphold here. But I could see, as this is a very tough position to hold and maintain, Alexander Tráns needs to transition here, and he does to the back to put the hooks in, but he goes back to the figure 4. It's a tough position to maintain, Ricardo, and it's going to be interesting to see who kind of gives up first.
Yeah, I think, Braulio at this point, body triangle, much larger guy. We're going to be able to see you know, I mean, we all know Braulio is one of the best in the world, one of the greatest champions jiu-jitsu ever had. So for him to get out of this position, come back, and possibly win is not
unlikely.
It's not unlikely. It could happen as you see him inching and getting to the top.
He gets out.
Tráns using that opportunity to elevate
Is he gonna do the tornado
Braulio.
sweep?
Oh,
What a show by both gentlemen here tonight in Buenos Aires, Argentina, for all the marbles of the team and for each other. 7 minutes and 5 seconds remaining on the clock. Alexander Tráns up in favor. One advantage for that near back take.
Yep.
Near flawless transition. Maintained a body lock for a good 2-minute portion of the match. Ricardo, one of the things that impresses me most about Braulio is his ability to press on no matter what. I think that would be an example where most people would call it quits and it being figure four.
yeah. Yeah, I don't think I could survive Tráns' figure four.
The pressure on
with him on my back. I'd probably tap after 2 seconds. But Braulio, heart of a champion, still in there. Tráns.
I really like the position that Alexander Tráns is setting up here. You could potentially see him to come to grab the arm and explode up with his hips.
Braulio standing up. Tráns using the opportunity to sweep now, motioning to get his leg over the shoulder for omoplata.
I could see Braulio kind of maybe hip escape out and come up on top of Alexander Tráns. This is where Braulio Estima is underestimated. He knows this position so well. He's going to look to grab his right hand underneath the pant of his opponent and slide his knee over for the pass.
Braulio on top now. Tráns inverting. We've seen quite a few different positions in this match.
You know, one of the things that impresses me both about both athletes, Ricardo, is both are coming back from serious injuries. It's very difficult to do. Alexander Tráns suffered a major knee injury. Braulio Estima, a back injury. But here both are putting it on the line and really going for it. Braulio looking for that pass. That near pass with
Braulio gets by the guard of Tráns. Gets the back of Tráns. Has the collar.
Look at the tenacity on his face, hunting for that pass. Nearly finds it, but Alexander Tráns does a phenomenal job of preventing the great Braulio Estima from finding the pass.
As you said, Tráns taking the opportunity to place Braulio back into his deep half guard, his half guard, looking for that deep half guard position. Braulio now opening up the collar, opening up the lapels.
We saw both gentlemen demonstrate awesome ability to weather the storm.
Yes. I mean, for Tráns, this is a huge match for him. Obviously, the Vikings, the challenge here, but, you know, just battling a legend like Braulio Estima, there's a lot riding on this. And we've seen a lot from both athletes. We've seen Braulio face adversity with Tráns, you know,
early on.
Looked like he was almost done in that position there. I think a lot
of weight to bear.
As we said, a lot of other people would have tapped, but comes out of that, almost gets a back take, you know, now on top and now controlling the position on Tráns. Tráns trying to make some space and trying to get a sweep of some sort.
I feel like Braulio is very comfortable in this position. You can see it almost on his face. He's going to time this as perfectly as he can to step his top leg, his right leg over, or potentially slide through the guard of Mr. Alexander Tráns.
Tráns on the bottom.
Potentially, you see fatigue a factor. There are 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. Both have exerted a massive amount of energy in the first couple minutes of the match. Here we see Alexander Tráns hunting for some deep half guard, his favorite position, and Braulio sort of just laying on top.
Oh, Tráns bumping bumping the hips of Braulio, trying to get that opportunity to create some space, readjust his position. Estima on top, 3 minutes left.
One of the things that Braulio does really well is he maintains that bottom arm of Tráns. If you watch, he's going to be looking for getting the elbow of his opponent off the mat. If he can do that, he knows he can secure the pass. But Tráns, with phenomenal retention, puts Braulio Estima back in his closed guard, a place that Braulio does not want to be, especially this late in the match. With 2 minutes and 40 seconds left, stamina is going to be a factor. I can see the look of determination on both gentlemen's faces here. Braulio needing the submission for the team victory. Alexander Tráns needing just the victory. But this match brought to you by none other than Scramble at scramblestuff.com. Make sure you visit their website. I really do like their shirts. They have produced an amazing line of shirts recently. Check those out, and their kimonos are super high-end. Check them out, scramblestuff.com. Right now we have the match is tied, one advantage to each. Braulio in the closed guard of Alexander Tráns, and look at that, Ricardo.
Look at that.
Talk
Foot on the
about
lapel, foot on the lapel, opening up. Working the sweep, beautiful sweep by Alexander Tráns. Getting on top of Braulio Estima.
Not quite yet. The 2 points has been awarded. And that could be the match, ladies and gentlemen. 6 points to 0 for Alexander Tráns. The weight was just too much to bear for Mr. Estima. But phenomenal time. Talk about timing by Alexander Tráns, Ricardo. What great timing he had to distribute his weight for that sweep to mount.
Yeah, that foot on the lapel, opening it up. He's able to off-balance Braulio, got the sweep, gets the top position, now dominating 6-0. 1 minute, 30 seconds left in this match. Braulio grimacing in pain and frustration on the bottom here. Can he get out again and possibly do something here? You never know. At this point, Tráns also could be tired.
You definitely cannot count Braulio Estima out with the final minute.
No.
He finds a way. But like you said, fatigue becomes a factor. And the look of defeat is here on Mr. Estima's face as he's been battling a severe back injury. This weight is a lot to bear.
Tráns motioning for the grip there. Would he step over for an arm lock or possibly a head and arm choke? 40 seconds left. Just trying to continue to hold that mount. Keeps checking the clock here. One hand inside. Looks like he had a hand inside the collar. 30 seconds left. I think it's safe to say that Tráns has this match.
Tráns and the Vikings are looking to be walking away with this victory versus the Cabras Da Peste.
Oh, and Tráns steps over for the arm lock and gets the submission.
No submission done.
No submission.
Alexander led up a little bit there.
A little bit, a show of respect there. He had that. I think the referee went and stopped it a little prematurely, and Tráns said, you know what, no submission. Let's continue fighting. Definitely has a lot of respect for Braulio Estima.
What humbleness by Alexander Tráns and class demonstrated here tonight in victory against the great Braulio Estima.
Show of respect here by Alexander Tráns, dominating Braulio Estima in a very, very technical match. Props to Braulio Estima for taking on this challenge.
An amazing display of sportsmanship and technique by both gentlemen here, but today the Viking Alexander Tráns comes victorious. Phenomenal performance. A standing O by the Argentinians here in Buenos Aires tonight.
Great show of respect here from the Argentinians, chanting "Ole, ole, Braulio, Braulio" here in Argentina. Very cool. Very, very cool to see. Standing ovation, as AJ Agazarm said. Big show of respect, and with that win, the Vikings are victorious.
Alexander Tráns, your victor.